Welcome. Today we're diving into a topic that touches every single one of us, no matter our age, background, or the size of our bank account. We're talking about more than just your money. We're talking about your family, your legacy, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing your loved ones are protected, no matter what the future holds. Have you ever wondered what happens to everything you've worked so hard for after you're gone? Your home, your savings, your treasured possessions, and even your family traditions? What becomes of them? It's not easy to think about, and for many, it's a topic we'd rather avoid. But facing it head-on is one of the most important and loving things you can do for your family. A lot of people believe that wills and trusts are only for the wealthy, or that the process is too complicated and expensive. But that's a costly misconception that can leave your family vulnerable. Wills and trusts are powerful tools that put you in control of your legacy, no matter your financial situation. They allow you to decide who inherits your assets, who cares for your children, and how your wishes are carried out. Understanding the difference between a will and a trust is the first step to making the right choice for your unique situation. Each has its own benefits, and knowing which is right for you can make all the difference. Ignorance isn't bliss. It's a recipe for chaos, confusion, and even conflict for your loved ones during an already difficult time. Without clear instructions, families can be left struggling to make sense of your wishes. Think of a will or trust as the foundation of your financial future, a blueprint that ensures your hard work continues to benefit those you care about most. Without a plan, your family could face unnecessary confusion, legal expenses, and even painful disputes at the worst possible time. The last thing you want is for your legacy to become a source of stress. Planning ahead isn't about being morbid, it's about being responsible, loving, and making sure your family is cared for, even when you're not there to do it yourself. Over the next few minutes, we'll break down the basics of wills and trusts, clear up common myths, and show you how simple it can be to protect your assets and your family's future. You wouldn't drive without insurance, so don't leave your legacy unprotected. Taking action now is one of the smartest financial moves you can make. Consider this your wake-up call. The best time to start planning is today, before life throws the unexpected your way. It's time to get your financial house in order, protect your loved ones, and take control of your legacy. Let's get started. Let's start with the basics. A will. If you've ever wondered what happens to your belongings, your home, or even your children if something happens to you, the answer begins with this simple document. A will is a legal document that spells out your final wishes in clear written terms. It details who should receive your property, money, and personal items, and, crucially, who will care for your minor children if you have them. In your will, you appoint an executor. This is the trusted person who will make sure your instructions are followed, from distributing your assets to paying off any debts or taxes you owe. For parents, a will is the only legal way to name a guardian for your children. Without this, the decision is left up to the courts, and your wishes may not be honored. If you don't have a will, a judge, who doesn't know your family or your values, will decide who raises your kids and how your assets are divided. This can lead to family disputes and outcomes you never intended. It's important to know that a will only takes effect after you die. Until then, you can update or change it as your life and wishes evolve. But here's the catch. A will must go through probate, which is a public court process. Probate is the legal procedure that proves your will is valid and oversees the distribution of your estate. This means your will becomes part of the public record. Anyone can access it and see who inherits what, which can sometimes lead to privacy concerns or unwanted attention. Probate can also be slow and expensive, sometimes taking months or even years to complete. The costs, like court fees and attorney expenses, can reduce the inheritance your loved ones receive. Still, for most people, a will is the simplest and most essential starting point for an estate plan. It's straightforward to create and ensures your wishes are documented. Compared to a trust, a will is less expensive up front and easier to set up. It allows you to clearly state your intentions for your assets and your family's future, but it's not perfect. The probate process can be lengthy, public, and sometimes stressful for your loved ones. That's why some people choose to add other tools to their estate plan. For some, a will is enough to provide peace of mind. For others, it's just the first step in a more comprehensive estate plan that might include trusts or other legal documents. The key is understanding what a will can and cannot do, so you can make informed decisions that fit your unique situation and goals. Now that you know the basics of a will, let's move on to trusts and see how they can further protect your legacy. Now let's talk about trusts, specifically the revocable living trust. Think of a trust as a special box for your assets. You control it while you're alive. If you become incapacitated or pass away, your chosen successor trustee manages and distributes your assets, no court required. Trusts are private, avoiding the public process of probate. They're active as soon as you create and fund them. A trust can also protect you if you're unable to manage your affairs, letting your trustee step in without court intervention. Setting up a trust is more complex and costly up front, but the long-term benefits, privacy, control, and avoiding probate, are significant. Trusts are dynamic tools for managing and protecting your assets during life and after. Let's compare wills and trusts side by side. Let's put wills and trusts head to head so you can see the differences clearly and decide what's right for you and your loved ones. A will is a document that only takes effect after you pass away. It's essentially a set of instructions for what happens to your assets when you're gone. In contrast, a trust is active as soon as you create and fund it, meaning it can manage your assets both during your lifetime and after. Wills guarantee probate, a public, often slow and costly process that can tie up your estate for months or even years, depending on complexity and local laws. Trusts, when properly funded, avoid probate entirely. Your chosen successor trustee can distribute your assets quickly and privately, often without court involvement. Privacy is another key difference. Wills become public record once they enter probate, so anyone can access the details. Trusts, on the other hand, remain confidential, keeping your family's affairs private. For those who value privacy and want to keep their estate matters out of the public eye, trusts are the clear winner. When it comes to cost, wills are generally cheaper and simpler to set up initially. But don't forget, probate fees, court costs, and legal expenses can add up quickly, reducing what your heirs actually receive. Trusts require more effort and money up front, but they can save your family significant time, money, and stress down the road by avoiding probate and minimizing delays. In the end, you're either paying now to set up a trust, or your family is paying later through probate and legal fees. It's a trade-off between upfront investment and future peace of mind. For simple estates, think single homes, a few accounts, or straightforward wishes, a will may be all you need. But if you have a blended family, own multiple properties, or want to set conditions on inheritances, a trust offers more control, flexibility, and protection for your legacy. Ultimately, the right choice depends on your assets, your privacy concerns, your family situation, and your long-term goals. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. Don't just default to what's easiest or most common. Take the time to understand your options and make an informed decision that fits your unique needs. Next, we'll explore when a will is the best fit for your situation, and what scenarios make it the right choice. And we'll also look at when a trust is the smarter move, giving you and your family greater security and peace of mind. You might think a trust is always better, but that's not true. For many, a will is the right choice. If your finances are simple and your main goal is naming a guardian or directing assets, a will is powerful and affordable. Young families with modest assets often need a will most to protect their children. In some states, probate is streamlined for small estates, making a will even more practical. Don't let the pursuit of perfection stop you from putting a good plan in place. A will ensures your wishes are clear and your loved ones are protected. For straightforward situations, a will gets the job done. It's the foundation everyone needs. Now let's look at when a trust is the smarter move. A trust is a brilliant choice if you own real estate in multiple states, avoiding costly, time-consuming probate in each. Trusts give you control over how and when your heirs receive their inheritance, like distributing funds in stages or for specific purposes. Privacy is another huge benefit. Trusts keep your financial affairs out of the public eye. This protects your family from scams, unwanted attention, and potential disputes. Trusts are ideal for blended families or complex dynamics, ensuring your wishes are honored for both your spouse and children. You can structure support for a spouse, then pass assets to children later. Trusts prevent accidental disinheritance and family conflict. In today's world, privacy and control are invaluable. For complex estates, a trust is the clear winner. Now, let's talk about probate, the process everyone wants to avoid. Probate is the court process for validating your will, paying debts, and distributing assets. It's often slow, expensive, and public. Executors must inventory assets, notify creditors, and pay bills, all under court supervision. Fees can eat up 3 to 8% of your estate, shrinking your family's inheritance. Probate can take months or even years, freezing assets when your family needs them most. If someone contests the will, the process drags on, causing stress and conflict. A living trust bypasses probate, letting your trustee act quickly and privately. Your family gets the resources they need without court delays. That's why so many choose trusts for peace of mind. Estate planning isn't just about money. It's about protecting your family from conflict and confusion. A clear plan is a final act of love, preventing arguments and uncertainty. Without a plan, state laws decide who inherits, often ignoring your real wishes. Close friends or stepchildren may be left out entirely. A will or trust ensures your assets go to the people you choose. Planning provides stability during emotional chaos, letting your family grieve without legal headaches. You appoint someone you trust to handle everything. This protects your legacy and prevents family rifts. Don't let your life's work become a source of conflict. A solid estate plan brings peace, harmony, and security to those you love. It's your final gift. We've covered wills, trusts, probate, and why planning matters. The most important lesson? Having a plan is non-negotiable. You've worked too hard to leave your family's future to chance. The right choice, will or trust, depends on your assets, privacy needs, and family. The only mistake is doing nothing. Don't put this off. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Sit down, talk with your loved ones, and write down your wishes. Then, work with a qualified estate planning attorney to make it legal. This is your responsibility and your power. Estate planning is the ultimate act of financial adulthood. It brings peace of mind today and protection for your family tomorrow. Take control of your legacy. You are strong, smart, and secure. Now go prove it.